Our equipment is driven by its heart. An engine that has brought us a long, long way to places that others cannot reach. With an undisputed personality, it makes life easier for you. With innovation as standard, reliable on any surface, designed to please. The new Raptor, power in motion.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of my partners, Javier Blanco and Scott Brower, and all the people that works in it at SMC and myself, I am extremely pleased to welcome you today to this important event, during which an outstanding piece of equipment, the Raptor, will be revealed. The Raptor system will revolutionize completely the high current injection into a far more easy, comfortable, and efficient task. I also want to thank you all for your presence here, especially to those of you that have come from very, very distant places. I think that nothing defines better the company SMC and this very event than the fact that we have attendance coming from as close as 2 blocks away from the stadium, and others that come from as far as the antipodes or the other side of the world. And in the world is in between. It is the best reward for our effort in innovation to be surrounded by colleagues, customers, commercial partners, international and national journalists, and the Madrid regional government. As a whole, we are extremely proud to say that we are in fact supported by our friends. We were not alone while developing the Raptor. It was a long way to do it. A lot of information about the practical aspects of the system, both technical and commercial, was given to us by a lot of people that is not today here. Financing the project was also possible thanks to the help of our banks, and very important, to the unconditional help and enthusiastic support of the Madrid regional government, which not only supported us with technical advice on the search of funding projects, but also made us proud to work and live in this city. I am honored now to introduce you to Mr. Manuel Beltrán, Vice Minister of Economic Affairs of the Madrid regional government, who has been so kind to join us today in this event, and will address us with a brief speech. Please, Mr. Beltrán.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First, on behalf of the Minister of Economy and Finance of the Community of Madrid, I want to thank to Euro SMC's institutional invitation to the international debut of its latest product, the Raptor. Euro SMC is an example of an SME built entirely from Spanish capital for research, development, innovation, and export, the recipe for business assets in these times. It systematically devotes over 20% of its turnover to investing in R&D, and export accounts for 93% of its activity in the last year, 70% since the company began operations. This demonstrates the strong presence of Euro SMC in the world market. Our institutional drive has assisted its excellent business plan through various lines of support from the beginning, and the Madrid Chamber of Commerce has granted it several export awards. However, but the entirely homegrown technology behind the product and also its production are from our region, specifically from the company's headquarters here in Collado Villalba. Distinguished guests, Euro SMC is one of those companies that will be instrumental to improving Spain's economic outlook and recovery. Sport and internationalization are powerful ways to improve our economy. We cannot forget that internationalization and competitiveness go hand in hand. So it's a priority for authorities not only to pave the way towards long-term internationalization, but also to help companies become more competitive, thereby generating more wealth and employment. This is why the government of the Community of Madrid is assisting in the internationalization process through financial outlines, the elimination of obstacles, and a fiscal policy that improves competitiveness. Expert information and advice, training programs, and business promotion abroad also come through institutional collaboration with other players involved, such as the Chamber of Commerce. The results indicate we are working in the right direction, as 1 in 4 Spanish exporters is based in Madrid, and our region is the biggest exporter of Spanish goods and services. Furthermore, Madrid can boast that it's the most innovative region in Spain, as we dedicate 2% of our GDP to R&D plus E, which is above the European average. 55% of all R&D plus E spending in our region comes from the private sector, as efforts such as Euro SMCs show. Additionally, 25% of all the major high-tech companies in the country are located in this region. Ladies and gentlemen, my time is up. To make the measures implemented by the regional authorities successful, the dynamic participation of private agents is fundamental. These are the true creators of jobs and wealth. It is these agents, including Euro SMC, that launch new initiatives and business lines. The government of the Community of Madrid will encourage such initiatives based on knowledge and innovation and provide the necessary institutional coverage to make them successful. This is what we want for Euro SMC, the global launch of this latest product, the Raptor. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Beltran. We all appreciate enormously your words. Myself, I would say that, that it is good news to see that regional government of Madrid, at least in this country, have clear what it should be done to run out of this, crisis. Crisis that does not exist anymore. This is just a situation. Crisis is only for the people that sit down and wait to be resolved. We do not sit down. We go and try to do something like we are doing today. All right, in this very cold day, that is nice in a way, but it's cold. We will try to do it a little bit shorter than expected. And now, people, here we go. We go for the fun. Gentleman Arthur C. Clarke, who wrote the script of the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey, said once that the real high technology would be undistinguishable of magic. And this is what we are going to offer you today. Magical things designed to lead the way into the electrical testing future. Enjoy the experience, please.
For over 25 years, we have been reinventing the electrical testing sector. with over 10,000 equipment units now being used worldwide. At SMC, we seek alternatives that make us better, more efficient, more competitive. That is why we question every step in their processes and every task, no matter how small. We have always been innovators, and that is why the majority of our products have marked a before and after in electrical testing. Design and innovation are in SMC's DNA, incorporating the success formula into every one of its products. Formula innovation is the reflection of what we are, embodied in this unprecedented equipment. It has been an intense journey on which we have let ourselves be guided by innovation in order to forge a reality, born from the dreams, the effort, and the talent of our entire team. Our goal is to facilitate your work, making the difficult simple. Our equipment adapts to your needs. It is flexible so you can transport it wherever and however you want. And it is light so you can carry it yourself without having to depend on auxiliary means. The unique proportions of the new Raptor make it a highly competitive equipment. It is an incomparable product thanks to its optimum level of usability. The Raptor is revolutionary because it optimizes both time and space. It represents a considerable advantage, enabling you to dispose of more resources, achieving the greatest efficiency in your daily work. The interconnection between the Raptor units is based on infrared technology of the latest generation. We apply the latest technological advances in order to be able to offer you a greater competitiveness. At SMC, we have a commitment to continue developing new revolutionary products in the field of electrical testing from our Research and Development Department. Innovation carries us into the future. Innovation brings us closer to you. New Raptor, power in motion.
What else can I say? This is the Raptor, at last. I would like to explain now a little bit the Raptor and the Raptor system. It's going to be fast because it's cold, insist. And also, in my opinion, up to now we had a very good time. Now we are going to talk about serious things. We are going to talk the smallest, lightest, and smartest test equipment for primary injection and primary testing in the world. With the formula innovation by SMC, what we tried to make was a different approach to the research and development process. Just applying innovation in this very process to resolve something that in this case was, from the start, making primary testing a pleasant job instead of a nightmare, like right now is in most of the occasions. We combined powerful amplifier technology, toroidal transformer, an old toroidal transformer, a friendly control, and, of course, an extra flexible cables, the possibility to achieve that extra flexible cables. We put all together, and then we have this. The system, the Raptor system, consists in the MS or master unit, which is the heart of the system. With this you can regulate, select, and click just the value you want, make measurements, and other kind of primary testings other than just injecting current, high current. With the control console, the Raptor HH is the brain of the system. And here we have a very friendly test templates, easy control, results storage, allows you to test at the distance of the test object, has a magnetic base to be fixed in a metal and do it easy to handle. And in the case of the Raptor SL is the Raptor slave unit. The slave unit is only a pusher of power to get more and more current as you are adding slaves. In the video, you probably noticed that the Raptor slave units communicates with the master just by means of an infrared link, which means that there is not is completely invisible from the operator point of view. Don't need to make any interconnection, nothing else. Just supply the unit, put it close to the master or to the system, and it is completely transparent for the operator. He does not need to select ranges, does not need to do nothing at all with this. And this is the Raptor system. So we have configurations: C05, C15, C25, C35, and even we are able to have a C45, which means that we have the base system, which is C05. This is the minimal operational configuration that we can use. It is a Raptor HH and a master, a control and a master unit. Then adding the 15 is adding one slave to get more power. Adding 2 slaves is the 25, and it's 3 slaves. So we are adding things to obtain basically more current or more power. This power can be used either to generate more current over the defined load, or to have the ability to use longer cables, or even smaller cross-section cables, more comfortable to use, to obtain current in the load. So the Raptor units adds all of this. The most typical, probably, configuration, the most, say, we hope, or we expect to have, is the C15, because it combines both good worlds. The master, that makes also a part of injecting current by itself. We are able to make a current transformer knee point, power transformer TTR, saturation tests, and more tests that the master is able to do. So here we have the Raptor key design concepts. We were looking for a very lightweight, for many reasons. First, because it makes a job human. Also, because it is easy to move. Those concepts here makes the Raptor unique right now in the market, because it is all automatic regulation. The variac is over. You don't need to be trying, looking, this, that. It is just exactly the same that you were using secondary injection equipment with a predefined current. Regarding the size and weight, the main point is that this is very portable. One person can use it. It can go easily to underground substations, places which are up to now you needed to disassemble the unit from its place, put it outside to be able to test it, and then assemble again in the system. So you can go everywhere, right, with this system. This is also save costs, and mainly, it only needs one operator. If you need to travel with a Raptor, it even fits perfectly well in the normal car trunk. Nothing else than that is needed, because it's low weight and very small size. The automatic output control is the real time saver in this unit. You select the current you want, you click, and the current is there, with an accuracy, more or less, a precision about 100% of the selected value. It makes running a primary current injection test go to seconds instead of a lot of minutes. And also, the most important thing is that it is error-free. So, I mean, if you inject 1,500 amps, you inject this, not something similar. Other advantage of this sort of accuracy is also you get consistent results. So when you try twice, 3 times the same test, you get the same results. the flexible modularity and adaptability is also very important. At the end, depending on the application you have that day that you go to work, you bring more or less units. So it's easy. Simple. Another thing is that you can have a set of slaves and more than one master, and it can be shared between both. They do not have any dependence with one master with a determined set of slaves. The main point here is that you bring only what you need for the day's work. It is very important in every term. It is easy of use with this smart control unit. Has a magnetic base to fix it in iron surfaces. There is a configuration selector that we will be in a minute. It is perfectly visible in full sunlight. Store the results and test configuration, and generally speaking, makes for a very smart control to make the operator's life easier. Here we have some screenshots, but the main one is the one that is in the left. This is a screenshot of a calculator. This calculator predicts approximately what Raptor is going to be able to inject and at what distance, using in terms of the connection means that you have available there, whatever they are, and the test configuration that you have available. So there is no more try and see. You can do that. You can even run this program in a normal computer and know more or less what you will need to bring tomorrow for your work. Also avoids all the tries and tests. See if you reach it, see if you don't reach it. So in one word, what a smart control makes is speed up the testing, which is good for everybody. You save time, save problems, and save money. There is a reporting facility that is pre-programmed reports that are, every test you do are saved in the unit, in the control unit, and after that you can use this control unit more or less like if it were a pen drive. So you connect to the computer the control unit. So in other words, you bring your test set to the office and not the office to the test set. Well, are here the tests is a resume of the test that you can make with the master unit. But the Raptor is not a static solution, it's modular, and it is a test platform, in fact. And hopefully it will grow in time. And for that reason, we have this connector that you see in on the screen, which is an expansion. It's an expansion connector that in the future it may grow or may not. If we get rich with it, we don't need to work it anymore. Anyway, we'll adapt. We'll adapt to the changes that are being nowadays very not noticeable in the electrical high voltage and medium voltage electrical situation, changes in technologies, changes in control, changes even in generation. So everything is changing, which is good. It's good because good ideas like the Raptor will work very well in a changing ambient. It's an investment that is a long-term investment. You will never need to throw out one of those things to be substituted by other equipment just because it becomes to be obsolete. So what Raptor is, we decided to see this the equipment that users will use. The seed for the Raptor system was a conversation with an operator, a testing operator. Told us that every time he needed to make a primary testing was in bad mood for the night before. Thinking that he needs to look for the truck, look for help, asking other people for help to put the equipment up in the truck and down in the truck. once he have the heavy equipment in the substation after a lot of efforts, probably he will not reach the current that he was expected to reach. And need to make sometimes really unhuman physical efforts to do it sometimes. And the result was that he avoided this type of test like hell. He didn't want to do primary testing. So recognizing at the same time that the primary testing saves a lot of time and assures, sometimes is essential to assure the proper operation of the substation or the power plant. So what we wanted to do was to look for a solution for this problem and have the operator in good mood in the morning. This is important. This is important because they are the ones that are going to make the test. So, gentlemen, in our opinion, Raptor is the equipment that users will use, really use. Thank you very much. It's time for your questions. I'm ready. Do not hesitate to do it. Hold on, yeah, you can use one of those.
We like to know more technology, what you use here for generating the current, or principle.
This is a secret.
Okay.
This is switching technology. It's a switching amplifier. It's a switching amplifier, very powerful, which is in the master unit, combined with a toroidal transformer to get the current out. This switching amplifier is feedback by a Rogowski coil installed inside the equipment. So the regulation unit, in fact, to generate current is there in the master. The slaves only adds power and are controlled, of course, by the control unit. So you don't need to, as I told you before, they are transparent for the user. Only adds power. But this is the technology. At the end, it's a feedback amplifier, it's a switching amplifier, has a lot of BAs, I don't know how many, frankly speaking. And that supplies the primary of a transformer on which you make the secondary. You build the secondary with the means you have at your availability in that moment. Excuse me?
You generate pure sinusoidal wave? You generate the output current with the pure sinusoidal wave?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah.
He's saying, is the output a pure sine wave?
Yes, sure, of course. It's as pure as the supply is. Also, the master unit has the ability, when working with the other applications that is not injecting high current, or even injecting high current, but only himself, it is a variable frequency selectable between 20 and 400 hertz. So we are able to make sweep frequency runs for defined tests that could be done. Of course, when you connect a slave, the slave is supplied from the main supply. So it's only main supply. Thank you. Okay, no more questions?
How far away can you be, Doc? What is the range of the handheld unit? How far away can you operate?
Do you mean the infrared communication?
Yeah.
I think it's around, I don't know, I think it's around 1 meter, and also it can be, it doesn't need to be aligned at all, so it has a very wide range of detection. We have a very solid, tremendously solid communication protocol inside that. It's working very, very well. I mean, you can put this probably this far from each other, and the alignment is not important. I mean, I saw in testing practically like this.
What is the retail price?
It is. It depends on. It only goes. It only goes by cents. You know. Yeah. This is have much more zeros, which is always encouraging.
Yeah, more zeros are good.
But anyway, if you buy 100, we can discuss about that.
I'll give you my visa at the end of the day.
Oh, no problem. No, the equipment is really affordable. I mean, it's not out of, it's nothing much more expensive than anything else in the market right now. It's really affordable. But let us keep not as public as it is.
Eduardo.
Yeah.
Hi. What's the environmental conditions? Can it be operated kind of when it's wet, etc., or is it just got to be perfectly dry? And also temperature range.
Yeah. Well, the temperature range is a standard range. I mean, it's you go from 0 degrees. Operational range is from 0 degrees to about 50 or 40. Of course, the duty cycles increase and decrease with the temperature. Raining, well, raining is not convenient. You cannot test in the substation when there is raining. Wet is okay. In fact, the video was made in Bilbao that, you know, just by chance it was wet. No, it's a normal operational environment, no big deal. Of course, if the temperature is, I don't know, 45 degrees Celsius, the duty cycle will reduce immediately. The equipment is very, very well protected.
Not in England.
Oh, you don't have that problem, no. No. You need a good umbrella, this is it. No, accessories are available. Yes.
Generally, primary current was an output dependence, generating system, load dependent. So now this Raptor solve the purpose of that load dependency. For generating output current, very high output current, we need to create a load in a balancing, reduce the output impedance. So how you solve?
With power, adding power. At the end, if you see in the pen drive that you get, there are some specifications. At the end, a system with 3 slaves is extraordinarily powerful. So it delivers a lot of compliance voltage for high currents. Say, for example, 10 meters cables, you use, probably 4. This is just a guess. Probably four standard cables that we have an accessory is 120 square millimeters, ultra flexible. And you probably get, with this 4 and a full system, you will be probably getting easily 6 or 7 or 8,000 amps in a city up there. Yeah. So it all depends on, because this is the main difference of the Raptor compare what exists up to date, even our equipment, the LET range. The biggest difference is that you make the secondary of the transformer, and you don't need to bring. Well, we are making magic, but we are not being. This is almost magic, but almost only. Ohm's law works, still works. So at the end, what you have is you are not bringing to the site work all the secondaries available. You are only bringing the secondary that you need, and this is the way to make it so light, because the secondary is in another place. It is by asking your question, adding more slaves units, you add compliance voltage, so you have power, and you can go to, I don't know, I think it's something like close to 50 kVAs.
So can we run it off single phase, or at what level do we have to need 3-phase input?
No, this is single phase input, and it's fixed. I mean fixed. It is a 240 input, 230, 40, but it is like it is. It's a single input, yeah.
Even for up to 4 slaves?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, they need to be in phase.
Which is the permanent current injected by the master unit?
Well, the permanent current is of the whole system is 3,800 amps, 3,800 amps.
But only
Of course, it depends on the
depends on the
connection
load.
on the secondary you build.
obviously, but the master unit, which is the permanent current injected for only one unit?
3,800
3,000.
is for the whole system. It doesn't matter if you have 4, 5, or 6, or 1.
That's marvelous.
What about the immunity of protection and control equipment in the site? Should you have some protection of control equipment during the test? This infrared link, can it?
Yeah, if the infrared link is broken, you mean? The equipment is very well protected. I mean, understands immediately that the...
I was talking about the possible interference.
No,
of that
with the
link
infrared.
to existing protection or control.
Yeah, well, it is fulfilling all the standards, the CE mark standard. The communication cable between the control unit and the equipment has a protocol that is extremely hard. I mean, it's extremely tested. There's all redundancies and this and that. And the infrared connection cannot be disturbed by anything else than a piece of, I don't know, of metal or something that is in the middle. And if it happens, the equipment defends itself perfectly well, at least in theory.
Eduardo, you mentioned over here. Yeah, you mentioned that utilities asked that you make their life a little less miserable when they're testing. Were utilities involved as the product went along to make sure that their needs were met?
Well, the question, I think that I didn't get it exactly, but I think that you are asking about the life term of the equipment. In terms of, sorry, I didn't get it then.
The electric utility companies, did they continue to help you as you were developing your product by providing you more information?
Yeah, I'm sure of that. I mean, a product is always, like of this kind, is always the first row of products that you put in the market are always needs improvements, and doubtfully needs improvements for the application. And they probably found some bug. Utilities are specialists in that. And undoubtedly they will be a very important help for us to say cook in time at a slow fire, an absolutely accurate product for the application. Right now, the application that we have is that we imagine that is going to be used, but you may find anything. This system offers many advantages. The main of them is how easy it is to add or take off things to adapt the system to your need of the moment. Not to your, you don't need to bring your total and complete solution for any situation. You only need to bring this solution for your day. This is essentially the idea with this equipment, Rick. Please.
So the first question is if the unit can be operated below zero, and the second, I didn't notice once again the maximum output current can be reached, can be get from the unit.
Well, the maximum current that you can get from the system, assuming something like close to 1,000 square millimeters, and a very short distance to the not that short, is 15,000 amps. So these 15,000 amps are a limit that are not created by the impedance, are created by their own system. Okay. So not over 15,000 amps. Operated below zero. It is operating below zero now. It's still alive.
Well, I mean, seriously, you know, because frankly speaking, we do have these weather conditions, you know, in Russia. So
yeah, I know.
yeah,
I know.
but seriously, so can be operated, let's say, -15, -20, or -10. I don't know. What's the lowest temperature, let's say?
Well, I don't know. I cannot give you that data. This is a technical specification that I, frankly speaking, don't know. I know that it generates its own heat. Low temperatures, well, are a problem, but you need to go very, very low to that. Generally speaking, they are a problem for the electronic components that cannot work in that temperature. But the internal temperature of the equipment can be raised very fast, I can tell you. Previously, for example.
All right, thanks.
Anyway, I cannot give you an answer. In the lowest temperature, it is able to work. So now I have no words to express how we appreciate you were here. Up there now we will prepare some Raptor systems alive, working with a limitation of the power here, the power supply here, so we cannot make big big injections just because the power supply here will not support it. Okay. That will be up there up to the end of this event. Now we have the pleasure to invite you to something which is seems to be very, very interesting. It's a tour of this stadium. Thank you very much.